All right, here we go. Now we got Mark in 3, 2, 1. It's the Takeover. It's the Takeover right here on the award-winning CBJ Radio. We're always bringing you the coolest artists on Wednesday nights, and tonight's no different. Chicago Rockers, The Outfit. They formed in 2018. They just released their third studio album entitled Go. The Outfit brings you straight-up rock and roll with some catchy hooks and an aggressive sound. Go's a diverse album. It's got a little something for everyone. Their current single and video for Monster is out now. We're stoked to have drummer, the one and only Mark, on our show with us. Mark, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Well, you're also the Pavement CEO, so we could talk about that. But first, Congrats on the album. It's out, your third one. You guys started this thing in 2018. You had success. The second album, Viking, comes out in March of 2020.
Right.
The worst possible time for an album to come out, Mark.
It was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, we had a bunch of dates scheduled, tour dates and stuff, and everything just, as you know, everything got canceled. So it was a tough time to have a new record drop for sure, you know.
Yeah, it was awful. I mean, you're also running a record business. So what were you thinking? I mean, things are going to turn around? What, we're going to end this thing?
We didn't know, you know, with the COVID thing. It was really weird because in February, we toured. We were right before the record dropped. We went on tour. We were out on the West Coast. So we did, we had a great tour. We did Vegas, we did LA, we did the Whiskey, we did San Diego. And then we got home and we're all excited. You know, the record's going to drop. We had all these tour dates with Puddle of Mud scheduled, for that year. And COVID hit, boom, so we were like, oh man. So we didn't know. We didn't know if it was going to last, like everybody, we didn't know if it was going to last a couple of weeks, it was going to be a month, and it just kept, as you know, dragging and dragging out, and there wasn't much we could do. So we started just kind of focusing on, releasing some videos and, trying to be as normal as we could, going to radio, doing things with the record. But, you couldn't tour it. So it was kind of, and all the attention was on COVID at that point. Nobody really cared.
Yeah.
Music, everybody wanted to make sure they were going to be alive, right? Basically.
Yeah.
So it was a bad period,
Exactly. Well, you've been in a ton of bands with your brother, without your brother. You and Matt are brothers, the Nawara brothers. Yeah. Andy's your lead singer. Mike's your bassist. Mike lives in Chicago. Andy's in Arizona. So how did the Outfit, who got the ball rolling on this project?
My brother actually came to me because I've been playing drums my whole life, but I kind of stopped for a while and was mainly focusing on the business side of record business. And he's like, "What do you think about playing again?" I said, "I don't know." I go, "Maybe." I haven't really thought about it too much. He's like, "Well, I wrote this stuff." He goes, "Why don't we, lay down some stuff in the studio and see what we come up with?" So we just went in for fun and laid down a song, me and him, drums and guitar. And he's like, "Well, we need to put some bass on it." And then I thought about Mike Gorman because I've known him from some past Chicago bands. He's a renowned guy here in the city. So I asked him if he'd lay down some tracks. He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." He came in and laid it down, and then we thought, all right, this sounds really good. We need to let's try to get a singer on this and see what we got. And I had met Andy years prior when I lived in Arizona. I lived in Phoenix for 13 years, and I knew about him, and I thought his voice would be perfect, for what we were trying to do. And just said, "Hey, you want to screw around and try to lay some vocals down on this? We'll send it to you." And we did, and he sent it back, and we were like, "Wow, this is pretty cool." And then we just started talking. We're like, you guys want to start a band? let's go for it, So then we continued the recording on the basic tracks, the guitar, bass, and drums, and got everything together, and sending files back and forth, and that's how the first album came about, and we've been going ever since. We did our first show in April of 2018, I think it was, and the show went over really good, the first live show. So that's how it all started. We just kept continuing.
3 albums later, success. I mean, the ball keeps rolling. Well, and you've got a good team behind the scenes. I mean, obviously you know some people. You got Matt Mercado, who's been in and out of the scene. He's engineering everything. Ulrich Wild, who's got a laundry list of people he's worked with, from Pantera to Static X to Breaking Benjamin to you name it. He's done it. I mean, so obviously it's working, and you guys are even probably working even better, because the new album's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we put some time into it, and I think every album gets better and better. It's just honing in on your craft. We kind of know what our sound's about, and what we're trying to accomplish. And I think this album's pretty fresh, and it came out pretty well. So we're happy with it, and it seems to be getting people seem to like it. So I mean, it's going well so far.
Yeah, I heard you say in one interview, you guys aren't virtuosos at your
Right.
instruments, but your drumming in this album, I mean, is awesome, Mark. There's a couple of parts in it I was like,
Thanks.
wow,
Yeah.
that was kind of a cool little,
Yeah.
Philly put in there, and yeah,
Yeah.
so and then they sound great. So Matt did an
Thanks.
amazing job, and the mix is great. But we mentioned Mark's also the CEO of Pavement Records. I just want to say thanks. You guys are on fire. I mean,
Thanks.
we talk about you all the time. Barbara's my contact. She's amazing, setting up interviews. But we had Isaac from Thrower on.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
What a
Just talked-
band.
Yeah, I like Thrower. They're a good band. I mean, young kids. He's only 21.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, they're a cool band. Like I was telling them yesterday, we talked yesterday, and I said, yeah, you guys are brand new. We gotta just kind of develop the band. We need to do some development, and they're gonna go out and tour with Saliva
Yeah.
coming up. They're gonna get a bunch of shows, and it's just like I told them, we got to lay the groundwork and keep pushing and get your name out there. Right now, because they're
Yeah.
brand new.
Well, exactly. And keep working hard. And you guys have hooked them up with an amazing team as
Yeah.
well. What they've got, Bobby from Saliva, and yeah, we're actually I'm going to go see him here in a couple weeks
Yeah.
in Billings, Montana. So
Yeah, cool.
that'll be
Nice.
cool. But yeah, no, it's like, I mean, we're not young. I mean, they're 21. I was like, you're listening to the music I grew up on, or you guys sound like the music I grew up on.
He's into older music. That's what he
Yeah.
told me. We like the stuff, that you grew up on, basically, right? So yeah, that's kind of cool,
Well, and you got a good thing. You could say, well, look at Plush. Look what we've done for these ladies in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and they're into the same thing. They're into, all the music that, like their parents grew up on,
Yeah.
and we grew up on. So plus really young girls. I mean, Faith the drummer's 18. Mariah's the oldest. She's like 22. But yeah, that band is on fire. We just
They're with Disturbed. They might still be with Disturbed. Just
they just finished up with Disturbed. They're out now doing a headline run. They're doing just smaller clubs, and first two shows they sold out. So they're going for it.
yeah.
So,
Keep it up,
Yeah.
ladies. They're knocking it out of the park. That's for sure.
exactly.
How do you find like international bands? Because we've had Black Sonic Pearls on. I mean, an amazing band.
Yeah.
How do you get these bands?
Basically, they come to us. I mean, I think they see what we've done or what we're doing, and we'll get submissions. Our A&R guy, Tim King, usually brings them in. He'll find them and say, hey, what do you think of these guys? You like them? Blah blah blah. But yeah, that's how it happens. They're just kind of the label's known, so they come seek us out basically.
Yeah. Well, you've been all over, Mark. You started in the early '90s as like
Yep.
Pavement Records or something, Pavement Media,
Yeah.
that,
Favorite
and then
music, yeah.
you got out of it for a while. You mentioned you moved to Arizona. It's crazy.
did
You were
some-
actually
yeah.
like managing Brian Head Welch from Korn for a while.
Yeah, that's when I lived in Arizona. Yeah, Brian. That's when he just quit Korn and he got into the religious thing, and he wanted to put out a solo record, and he had all this material that he recorded, and we talked about it, became friends, and I said, well, I can help you. I can help you get distribution for the music and all that. So I took his demos and went out to New York, and with my connections, I ended up getting him a deal with Warner Music Group to distribute the record. And obviously, him being Brian from Korn,
That
it
helped.
wasn't too hard, to get a deal, right? So yeah, so we released that first solo record, saved me from myself, and got him on the road a little bit to tour. Went out on tour with him for a while, but it was a tough adjustment for him. I mean, coming from Korn, playing mega stadiums and arenas to going into clubs like playing the Black Sheep in Colorado in front of 200 people, so it was hard for him to kind of grasp that. And eventually, like I told him, I think it's better for you to go back to Korn, and they wanted him back, so go back to Korn and get in there and do what you love, and you could still be a Christian and all that. It's all good, so finally, he took that path. He's real happy now and doing well, so it's all good.
Yeah, they're still together,
Yeah.
still tearing it up. I remember that when all that went down and he left and
Yeah.
came out with the album, turned Christian, all
Yeah.
that. It's crazy. We're chatting with
Yeah.
Mark from The Outfit. Go check them out, theoutfit.rocks. They're on Facebook, Instagram, X. Their brand new album, Go, is out now, and their current single and video for Monster is also out there. Well, I saw you went to the Sphere in Vegas. You saw U2. How
Yeah.
was that?
Amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. I'm not a huge U2 fan, but my cousin got the tickets, and he's like, you want to go? And I said, yeah, of course. I wanted to see the Sphere, see what that was all about, right? And I like U2. It's not like I dislike him or anything, but I think it was a great show, great visuals. The sound was great. I mean, it was a real cool night. A night to remember for sure.
Yeah, I'm a big Fish fan, and they were just there, and I watched it like 3 of the 4 nights on my TV, and it was amazing. But I was like, I couldn't imagine being there. It's got to just be.
It's wild. It's a wild venue. I mean, it's just very. I don't know. I mean, the only complaint I got about it is that getting in there was really hard because they don't have a lot of entrances, and their lines are long, and getting out, it's the same problem. Just getting out of there. Took
and
forever.
was there anywhere to park, or did you walk, or how'd you get there?
We took an Uber, so we just took
Okay.
an Uber, dropped us off, but probably not. I think there might be. Yeah, there was a parking lot.
Was
They
there
do
a
have
lot?
parking. Yeah, next to it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's
At
cool.
least you got to check it out. Yeah. And
Yeah, I heard the Eagles are going to come in next and do a residency. So if you're an Eagles fan,
yeah, there'll be a lot of them coming. I said I'm going to wait until the ticket prices, until the newness wears off a little bit.
yeah, the price of the tickets are nuts.
Yeah. I mean, a couple of years ago, Gene Simmons make the headlines, rock is dead, all that bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, you're living proof. Rock is not dead. Look at all these artists that you guys are covering right now. What do you say about the scene right now?
I think there's a scene. I mean, it's still there, and there's still rock fans for sure, man. I mean, look at all these festivals that Danny Wimmer puts on. I mean,
Yeah.
you got mega thousands of people. Like Welcome to Rockville and Sonic Temple, and I mean, there's still a good scene for rock music. I mean, it might be a little diminished, back from the older days, but it's not dead by any means. I mean, I think it's still thriving. Even like with Plush, I mean, you got new rock fans and people coming out to see a new band, and they're selling out clubs and all that. So I think it's and going on that Disturbed tour, just going on that tour and seeing those guys filling gigantic arenas.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still something there, right?
And there's new ones like Plush and Thrower, and there's new up and comers, and hopefully they can keep her going instead of all these dudes that are 70.
Got that band of Warning now that's breaking out, another female band that's great, and Greta Van Fleet. There's new ones out there, that are happening.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them.
Yep.
But the Go, you guys released the Cheap Trick cover. I know you're a huge Cheap Trick, Mark. So was this your idea? Was this the guys? What?
It was me forcing it on everybody. No, I just love Cheap Trick. So they're my band, and I just like them. And I said to the guys, I said, hey, what do you guys think of the Hello Kitties? What is that? What's this song? I said, well, it's an older Cheap Trick song, but it's pretty cool. I go, probably nobody will even remember it. It's a Cheap Trick song. So they listened to it, and then we started jamming it at rehearsal, and came out pretty good. And then we were like, all right, let's lay it down. That's what happened.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. It's a good cover because, like you said, not everybody knows it. It's not a popular Cheap Trick song. So
yeah.
That's cool. And then the last song on the album, God Save the Queen, the Sex Pistols song.
Yeah, that's my brother Matt. He brought that one in. He says, let's do God Save the Queen. Really? So yeah, we put our own twist to it, and did it. It goes over really well live. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'll bet.
Get into it live, but yeah, it's an interesting choice. Somebody told me it takes balls to cover that one. Right?
Yes, it does. I was like, well, maybe it's a homage to the Queen since she just died, or I don't know. God save her. God save us all. Well, a couple of tracks. Listening to Go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the second track. I mean, Monster is Monster. We're gonna play that for you here in a minute. But in the Arrival of Jane, track 2, the intro to Arrival of Jane. I mean, this is a cool song. This is like a totally song that you wouldn't expect from the Outfit.
Yeah, a little different, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, when Andy presented the demo to us, and after we got into it and started working on it, it was just like I said, man, this sounds like we're doing prog rock or something, or we're doing like something from Genesis, or it's just weird, but it just it just grew into that. It wasn't really planned, and I don't know. It's just an oddball of a song. It came out really cool though. I think I think there's something there. I mean, a lot of people that have heard it, and it's like, yeah, this is a great tune. We love it. So.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I mean, is Jane, is it an alien? What is Jane coming down to save us?
Supposed to be an alien. That's what Andy says, right? So, an alien coming from a different planet to save Earth, basically.
Yeah.
From what? Right.
Yeah. We'll find out, hopefully. Go check them out, theoutfit.rocks. They're on Facebook, Instagram, X. Go to Spotify, listen to Go. The album is out now. The single and video for Monster is also out. Well, I mean, this thing is the album is all over the place, which is awesome. There's a song for everyone. You can listen to this and someone's going to like, I mean, you get 10 people, they're going to like 10 different songs, or 9 people because there's 9 tracks on this thing. Was that the plan, or is that just how this thing came out?
Nah, it just came out. Like I said, we don't really plan. Just the way it developed, just Andy presenting ideas. He's like the main songwriter, presenting the demos, and then us just going in and jamming them live, and then getting in the studio and doing it. So just came about the way it did, basically.
Yeah. And Mountain, is that an Andy song, or who did Mountain?
Yeah, that's an Andy song, Mountain. Yeah, so that was a cool one. To me, it sounds. I was hearing like a Roy Orbison kind of vibe to it. It's just an interesting chorus. I really like that song. It's one of my favorites on the record. So
it's a great song. Yeah, I love
got a lot of potential. Yeah. Thanks.
Will we see it as a single?
Yeah, I think so. We're planning on doing a video to it, and we're going to roll it out, as a single. But I think it's got potential to kind of cross over, and who knows? I mean, it's a good song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys, you mentioned it before COVID. You guys had all kinds of tours lined up. Now you've been playing like off gigs, opening for different bands. You're at Patriot Fest coming up on the 18th. I mean, you're obviously a busy man, Mark. I mean, you guys are probably all busy. Yeah. Is there any plans at touring? We're going to just keep doing one-offs? What's the plan?
We're doing one-offs right now, but we talk about it. We do want to get out at some point and try to connect a couple weeks, or 3 weeks, or do a run. But it's tough, like you said, with everything going on. Right now the best thing for us is to, do these one-off dates, and we're trying to get in front of people. So, we're going to be opening, doing that Patriots Fest, and Ted Nugent's playing it. He's on the label, 3 Doors Down. So it's going to be, probably 7,000 to 10,000 people at that one. It's what we do. We put ourselves in front of a puddle of mud every once in a while. So just trying to do these one-off dates to get some exposure right now. And then hopefully eventually we'll do a real run, tour run at some point.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, Pavement Entertainment, every time I tell anybody that is with Pavement Entertainment, I'm like, you guys are with the hottest label going right now. Is it been because you've been in the business so long? I mean, the second iteration's going for over 10 years now. What's happening?
Yeah, we've been doing we reinvented the label, I guess, around 2012. So we've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
And because the first incarnation was more heavier music, hardcore stuff. First band I signed to the label was Crowbar.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know who they are, but they had a bunch of MTV exposure, Beavis and Butthead, all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, we kind of reinvented it, went after a lot of legacy bands. We, worked with Powerman 5000, Candlebox, Puddle of Mud, Ted Nugent, Dishwalla, Soil. I mean, so the bands that are pretty much, established and have great fan bases. So that was kind of the base of the label to get the label back, back in business and cruise in. And then, we sprinkle in the development bands here and there to try to break out, like Plush, try to break stuff out new,
Well, but you've had success because Puddle of Mud keeps throwing out albums. Candlebox has been
we did. Candlebox, we took Candlebox on. They were talking about, we want to do like, coffee house tour. We want to do this acoustic thing. They weren't drawing a lot of people when we picked them up. They were doing smaller rooms and playing, 200-300 seaters. And to Barbara's credit, our publicist, we took him on that Disappearing in Airports record and recorded it, and then we just formulated a plan. And I looked at all the radio stations that were still playing Far Behind and stuff, and their hit, and said, well, let's reactivate. Let's go after all these stations, even though they're playing their older song. Let's get Kevin in for an interview, or let's get him on the road. And so that's what we did. We kind of micro marketed and went out and they toured, and we got them into all these stations, started talking about them again. They'd spin a new single and also talk about their history. But it seemed like it was a snowball reaction. It just reactivated the band, and they were playing bigger rooms. Festivals were interested again, and since then they've gone on and they're doing great now. They're doing fantastic. So
yeah, well, and that was a great album. I love that album.
Same thing with Puddle of Mud. We took them and we did the Welcome to the Galvania record when we brought them back, and kind of got Wes back in the saddle. We had a top 9 single on the Billboard charts with Uh-Oh, and just got them back to where they need to be.
Yeah, well, it's working. So congratulations, Mark.
Thanks. Thank you.
You're doing a great job. Well, before we play Monster, the lyric video is out. Tell us a little bit about the song, I Guess I'm the Enemy.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a guy having, dreams of killing people, but not for real. So basically, that's what it's about. Andy wrote it. He could tell you more, but that's my gist of it. So
yeah, the monster is me.
Yeah,
but here it is. Go and check it out. It's The Outfit. The new album, Go, is out. It's awesome. And here is the current single and video for Monster. Well, we appreciate your time, Mark. Thanks so much for coming on.
No problem, and thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's Monster. It's The Outfit. It's a Takeover. CBJRadio.com.